Buenos tardes, amigos. This is Wrestling Card Weekly. My name is Brennan, and these Kazarnians are Nick and Jeffrey. We're here every Wednesday to butter you up with a little hobby talk. Production note at the top. If you don't like this video, comment on this video or subscribe to our channel. The three of us are leaving the show to go back to the Fed. How we doing, boys?
Oh, what's up, brother?
Thought you'd like that one.
That was
I'm
a good
good.
one. Your intros get better week after week after week.
It's possibly the highlight of my week.
It's pretty fun.
Is getting on the laptop a little early and writing an intro.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm a bit on the DL today.
Yeah.
Got a little, had a big cough and felt a nice little pop on my side earlier.
Love to see
I
it.
am currently on the disabled list. I will be going back down to the couch and the heating pad as soon as we get done with this.
Yeah, one of your ribs went into business for itself.
It absolutely did, and it does not feel great. So, but I'm here. I'm ready. Let's talk cards.
Oh yeah, Jeffrey, how you doing, baby?
I'm just here so I don't get fined. That's it.
Calm down, Marshawn.
Look, after the results of the poll this week,
Somebody's
y'all are lucky I'm even here.
Somebody's just salty they didn't win this week.
oh yeah, let's save
Talk
that
about
one.
So
we'll get to it.
Now, why don't we open with that? Let's open with the poll.
Of course, we open the poll.
We can't do that.
Okay, fine.
At least
What
you
did you
didn't
boys
buy the
pick up
belt.
this week?
Fun stuff.
Me first or you first, Mr. Nick?
I'll go first. I have non-wrestling this week, so that's
Brennan has to go last because his surprise I hinted at either last episode or the one before is finally here.
So I'll just get the non-wrestling out of the way. This is an auto set that I'm working on. Those are 2 cards, not like a booklet or anything.
Beautiful.
But 2005 Ultimate Signatures numbers. These are each numbered out of the player jersey number. I've got like 25 or 30 of the set.
Nice.
But they rarely pop up, but when they do, I like to pick them up. And then this one you guys will appreciate.
Yep.
Scott Hall, first appearance card.
Diamond stud.
As Diamond Stud, yeah. It's like a playing card, 1991 Chromie. I thought it was cool. I paid what I thought was a good price for it, so I'm really, really excited.
Can we pause to talk about the fact that Mr. Anti-Playing Card, Anti-Grading
Yeah.
picked up a graded playing card?
Yeah, I thought about that when I was like, oh, I'm going to put this on the podcast this week. But like, he doesn't have anything else as Diamond Stud. Like the next thing is his Razor stuff and like the Merlin stickers and everything.
Yeah.
In the early 90s.
No, that's cool. Is 8 a good grade on those? I'm not very familiar with
have
them.
not looked at I didn't look at the pop report. Like, to be honest, I just wanted a card that wasn't dinged up, like they didn't have paper, loss or, didn't have a crease in it somewhere. And so I was just looking for a 7 or above and finally snagged one. So not quite as cool as our buddy Brian's signed copy, but I am very happy to own this one.
Yeah, I ain't turning my nose up at it.
I'm very happy to own that one. So, Jeffrey, you want to go with this one first, I bet?
Yeah. So picked up because of Brennan and his case hit draft. Really got me looking at the artistic selections. Had to go with the Shawn Michaels. Now I want to pick up even more.
Yeah, those are sick.
Maybe Undertaker, Rollins next. The Rock one looks pretty good too.
Yeah.
So I had to pick up one of those. I think that's the first one of those I've had. That's pretty cool. I like that one. Those are
cool. I don't see them that often.
Yeah, I don't either. And if you do, they're usually like stupid high priced buy it nows, but they look pretty nice.
I like this one you picked up.
This is my baby of the week. Finally pulled the trigger on a Tyler Black, Seth Rollins first appearance card. Missouri Wrestling Revival. And it came in, the photo online made it look, and it even kind of in this picture looks like it has some whiting on the edges, but it's like none. I guess it's just the reflection. It was in great condition. Stoked to have one of those. So
that's a cool looking card.
It is. I like that one a lot. And I was looking at the pop report on it. Like the PSA 10s it's like a pop 11.
Yeah.
But what got me intrigued was the pop report on the whole set. His was like the only one that had more than like 3 or 4 graded, even out of the genericos. And
Yeah.
I think Scarlet was on there. I can't remember. There were a couple other people that were on there
This is what,
that I
like
recognized.
20
I want to
or
say 2010.
Is that the same run that had the Jordan Grays?
I
No, I
think
don't think
hers
she
was
was on
like
it.
20. It was a little bit after that.
Yeah.
Hers would have been like 2016, 2017.
No,
Yeah.
it was before that, but it was
Was it
after.
before that?
Yeah, it was after this one.
Okay.
Yeah,
It was
it was
back
the
like when she.
2010.
It was back when she like first started.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I thought that was one I wanted forever, and I finally just pulled the trigger,
Yeah.
smashed by it now. I didn't even send an offer. I was just like,
Yeah.
I'm getting it.
No, that's awesome. I mean,
Hell yeah.
you can't go wrong, dude. First appearances rule.
Yeah, and that's one I'll keep. Seth, besides Miz, Seth is my other go-to in my PC. So
Yeah.
glad to have one of those. And that's what I got this week.
All right, Brennan.
Oh, yeah.
Brennan,
So I've
give
got
us the lowdown.
first. I have one for the PC came in. As some of you know, I am a big
Look
fan
at you using the lingo.
of I'm a big fan of monkeys. I'm a big fan of apes, gorillas, all sorts of big
All the
hairy
primates.
fellas, all the primates. And I got a 1933 jungle gum macaque. These used to be called maggots for some reason, and I don't like that. Now they're called macaques, and I think that's great. On the back of it, it says "Start a Zoo," because these came in gum packs, and I love it. Also,
Incredible.
Jeffrey got me a little present, and I'm about to open it for the first time. I did not peek. The first thing Jeffrey asked before you got on, Nick, he was like, "Did you cheat?" And I was like, "I swear to God, I didn't." It was hard not to, but I did.
It's not a Tops Now card, I promise.
I feel like a mom in her robe, like watching their son open his Christmas right now.
All right. Okay. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, my heart.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's a one-of-one pre-production proof of Coco Beware.
I thought that picture was phenomenal.
That picture. This is everything.
There's not a card that fits better in your PC than that.
Oh, buddy, thank you. Oh, I love that to bits. Oh,
What
man.
a phrase.
Thank you, brother.
You're welcome, sir.
Oh man, you
I saw that.
Right
I started scrolling through Leaf listings after all the I Love Leaf.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute, this one's amazing.
dude. That is
Yeah, he showed me that, and I was like, oh,
one of one.
Brennan's going to lose it.
I'm just like,
we're going to have to get you a case so you can start displaying your stuff, man. Like,
well, I've currently, because I've got I've got my chalkboard that I just have it, but I've run out of room, so I'm gonna get some shelves and start putting things up, and I'm gonna get real weird with it, like y'all.
He's become one of us.
Yes, you've absolutely scrambled my fucking brain with cards. And
9 episodes in, and he's building shelves.
that was actually like, let's see, we started doing those breaks together in like November. So it's been about like a 7-8 month process for me to completely corrupt you.
Yeah.
So pretty solid.
Just
all
look at
downhill
his
now.
face.
It's so amazing.
God, I love this card.
That
I
shirt
love
and that
Coco
hat.
so much.
God.
Oh, can I show you guys one more thing I did pick up this week?
Absolutely.
If you give me 2 seconds.
Sure.
Entertain the crowd real quick.
Hip,
Man.
hip, hip, do. Wrestling Card Weekly. We're having a blast. Having a blast.
Just keep talking. Move on. I'll show it later on. I'll show it later on in the show.
I was kind of enjoying that song.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Dude, I didn't even hit the chorus yet. There was still verse left. Jeffrey, the markets.
The markets. Nick, you're in charge of.
What's the state of the
Yes.
market?
You're in charge of the markets.
Sorry, my screen. Too many screens. Yes. I believe we wanted to touch on this one first.
Yeah, so we talked about this one last week. I just wanted
yeah.
to circle back, show the final sale. So that what was it? The Octo Auto ended up selling for $2,400 at auction, which
That kind of sounds low.
I don't know. I don't know how to feel.
I don't have $2,400.
it's an interesting dilemma, and like, not dilemma, but like the person, like people that would buy this card have those guys on card separately already, right?
Yeah.
So like there's not an auto on there that's like super craveable. Like every auto on there is pretty well, you know, been put out. So I can understand why it didn't go for crazy, crazy money.
Yeah.
But and I just think big booklets are weird to price sometimes.
Yeah. With wrestling, I feel like it might be slightly easier because, like, with sports, when you have guys from all the different teams on there, like the 10 auto card, 10 different teams, whatever, like, it's going to take a specific person to want that.
Yeah,
At least with this one, it was like any wrestling fan that was
right.
even remotely around the Attitude Era would be
Yeah,
like, all right,
Yeah.
that's awesome. So,
Yeah,
that's
that's
true too.
Nick when we were doing baseball breaks pulled what was it, like a 6 auto,
That was a deck of 10.
a 10, yeah, it was a 10 that had like a relic, like it ended up having to be like it had to be haggled between everybody that had the different teams in a Discord meeting.
Yeah.
It was nuts. Um,
yeah, I just thought I wanted to touch back on the final sale of that and get y'all's thoughts.
Yeah.
God, such a
It's
nice
a cool
card.
it's a
card.
beaut.
Move on to the next one.
Yep. So this one, I only included this one because there was one that sold higher that I believe it was a PSA 7. It sold for 4,500. But that technically sold in between when we were recording for last week's episode and when it aired. So it wasn't in this week. But this one in a 5 auto 10 sold for 29.28 of the 85 All Star or the 82 Hogan. So that was a nice sale. And I showed that one just because this whole week it seemed was pretty Hogan heavy, which was
Yeah.
interesting to me.
Quick question before we move on. If you had to get this card signed, what color ink you going with?
That's I'd
Because
go, I'd go black.
I don't think black is the answer.
I don't know what the alternative would be, honestly.
Yeah, that's my problem.
Silver wouldn't look good on that.
It's an odd card, I feel like, to have signed. Not that I wouldn't want it signed, but that there's almost no empty space where it doesn't block something important to the
Yeah.
card.
Yeah.
So I'm a sucker for like Brennan knows. I think you know too, Jeffrey. I only write with like blue ink. I'm a sucker for blue Sharpie. So I would go with something blue.
Blue would be
Like a dark
nice.
blue.
If you did like a royal blue that would contrast with the background,
Yeah.
that could definitely look good.
Either way, sick card.
Definitely.
Yeah, that one is cool. And
it's-
I'm not skipping over but the top sale of the week was once again a Travis Scott auto out of 10 from Cactus Jack.
doesn't even count.
And number 2 was once again a Rock auto. I think the Travis Scott sold for 45, something like that. But another big Hogan sale this week was the debut Prism gold at a 10 for 22.50, which was I thought was a solid sale. That
eBay
card in
one of
gold,
one color match.
that card in general, like with the color match, the debut Prism, it's and the red border being on all the Prism cards that year, like in the little inside, just it goes perfect with Hogan. So
Yeah.
that's a sick card.
Yeah, it's very
And that one looks very well centered too, compared to a lot of them. So
yeah, it does.
we'll see if that one ends up getting graded. But those sell crazy. And then there's another Hogan in here too. This wasn't I was just kind of going down the list, but I thought it was interesting. We had within a couple days 3 like legend case hits. All PSA 10s sell super well. There's the Hogan Downtown, a Roman Color Blast, and a Rock Boom, all relatively close in price.
Yeah.
If y'all had to pick one of those 3 exact cards right there, which one you taking?
Just to have
Yeah, just to have.
the Roman Color Blast.
I kind of like the Hogan on the beach. But the Roman Color Blast is the most aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
If I'm going for, if I'm going for my personal taste, I would get that Hogan.
Yeah.
But that Roman, that's gorgeous. That
Yeah.
Rock, the Rock, I get it, but that's yeah, the Kaboom, I'm not the biggest on.
Yeah, it probably a hot take, but I also don't like the Kaboom very much.
They're not
Like,
great.
I don't know, Revolution, some of it was great, but I prefer the Galactic over the Kabooms, which I'll get destroyed for. But I don't know, maybe it was just the images they used on the Kaboom and how they almost looked. I don't know. I didn't like them. I'd go Roman. I'm a
Yeah.
color blast
How it
freak.
looks like, how it looks like the Rock is shaking his shit around,
Yeah.
throwing it back, throwing it back for a real one.
Yep. So, in that case, maybe I'll take the Rock since you put it that way. But yeah, I thought those were some interesting sales this week. We've been talking a lot about wrestling card, like the grading market, the case hits. We've kind of touched on all that recently, so I thought it was
Yeah.
interesting to have
For
those
sure.
big sales.
Definitely.
And
I'm
then,
still confused by the wrestling grading market.
yeah, me too.
I don't
We'll
get
get
it.
there.
Yeah.
I think,
We'll talk about it one day.
yeah, just a small touch. I think the wrestling card market itself is, I don't want to say behind because it makes it sound bad, but got a late start compared to everything else, like in modern at least.
Yeah.
So I think grading is going to take a while to come along, especially with so many people grading with a million different companies and wrestling cards that they don't with
Right.
the major sports. But I was going to go ahead and bring up. We got a bunch of questions this week,
Ooh,
Nice.
and we only had to beg a little bit.
yeah. It's getting
but
better.
No, I love these questions. You guys keep sending them in because it gives us so much to talk about that we don't think of
sure.
ourselves.
Thank you guys so much for sending these in.
We have like 7 combined brain cells, so you got to give us something to go on.
And you guys watched me kill several of my 3 that I have as we're doing it.
So I have them screenshotted, so I'll just go through the order of those. Chase on Twitter said, "What is the worst eBay transaction you've experienced? Either damaged cards or damaged sellers and buyers." So I'm gonna take that as like maybe your worst buying experience on eBay and your worst selling.
Like if we're just going to eBay specifically, I really have never had a bad experience. There might have been like a time or two where I didn't get a card, but it was never a big dollar card. Like the only big dollar card recently was a Tiffy card, and the guy just refunded me right away.
Yeah.
Now, if we're talking about like transaction experience as a whole, yeah, I bought a lot off a guy and he left out the 2 most expensive cards.
Love to see it.
Bait and switch.
And then he refunded me like just a little bit of money, and then he blocked me on everything.
Love that.
Yeah.
So real winner.
Yeah. Mine would probably be when I was 13 and I ordered a Fight Club poster off of eBay, and it cost $4, and it never showed up, and I thought that my parents would be mad at me because I didn't understand how it worked, so I just never said anything.
Does it feel
One
good
day-
to get that off your chest today?
Yeah, no, I've never said that out loud.
Have you been carrying that for?
I literally, when you said
20,
your worst
20
eBay
years?
experience, I was like, holy shit. I ordered like a Taiwanese Fight Club poster. It never showed up, and I thought my parents would be mad at me that I wasted money. Not
Yeah.
like, okay, we'll like file a thing and get you your $4 plus
Right.
$1.50 shipping.
Yeah,
No, I just thought they'd be mad. Why did I think they'd be mad? That's so weird.
because his kids were
You
idiots.
kids, you just don't know.
Yeah.
Damn.
What
Jeffrey.
a throwback. I haven't really had any as a buyer any bad experiences. At least on eBay. Of recent, I mean, it ended up being a great experience. But that Sean I picked up this week came in like the back has a massive dent in it now. It looks like the post office did some work on it. So like there was a dent in the top loader and the penny sleeve all through. It's like they just nailed it with something. So, but I messaged the seller, which I hate doing because I'm a seller, and half the time you don't know if someone's just trying to scam you to get their money back or whatever. But I messaged him. Guy was super cool and was like, "Hey, you can just like keep it, and I'll give you like half your money back." And I was like, "That's perfectly fine because I'm just keeping it." So that turned into a good experience. Selling, I've had plenty of just like the opposite end of that spectrum of, especially with the eBay standard envelope now, everybody just, you never know, and they're with the tracking, and half the people are like, "Oh, it's not here yet," and I'm like, it's been like 19 hours since I printed the label, and you live in California, like, yeah, and but mainly there was one guy, I cannot remember. I ended up just blocking the guy, but I mailed it to the address he had on eBay, and he starts sending me messages like 2 days later, and this was eBay envelope. So, and he's like, and every message he sent me was in all capital letters.
Of course,
that's where it started.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
Yeah, and it was like a $3 like Brett Favre like silver prism that was whatever, but like guy was like, "You've made a mistake. Like I've seen this before. It's supposed it's in Mississippi. I live here. It's not gonna make it. So you might as well go ahead and send me my money back." And I was like, I don't control what route they take to get to you, buddy. And after like 4 days, guy was like, "That's it. I can't take it anymore." And I was like, "Yeah, you know what? Me neither." So I just sent the guy a refund and moved on. And then he left me neutral feedback to say that I had never received the card, but at least the guy gave me my money back. I was like, "You gave me the wrong address, sir." It's just like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Also, don't message eBay sellers and say, "What's the lowest you'll take?" I'm never going to tell you. I will never tell you.
Yeah. Why would you think that would work?
The lowest I'll take is the highest you're willing to pay.
Yeah, don't worry. When you respond with that, they get offended. What did you expect me to say? But that's a good question. Chase also had a second one, which this one got me to thinking. And I don't think y'all have seen it yet, but it was, would you rather pull the card you want or hunt it down at a show or online?
Pull, definitely. I have like, and it's become, I do, since I've started buying, I do enjoy buying things online. I do like grabbing stuff when I go with y'all to shows. But cards are one of those things that I really do like pulling, like actually having the pack. It's kind of the same. Like I collect weird stuff. Like I have a rule that I won't buy a stuffed animal unless I put my hands on it beforehand. Because sometimes, like, you should just buy yourself a little stuffed animal. I think that's cool. The one time I did order one online was a bison. It's a small bison.
But how do we start talking about stuffed animals?
No, y'all want to see him?
Yeah, I kind of want to see him.
Yeah, hold on.
You don't want to see his bison?
How the fuck did we start talking about this?
Hey, Brennan's enjoying himself. You allow it.
Get a load of this guy. You believe it? Can you even?
Does he have a name?
Can he be our new pod mascot?
Fuck, what did I name him?
Wow, you're a horrible father.
Oh my god. No, we're buds.
All right. Anyway, back to the actual question at hand. Would you rather pull a card or buy it?
I think I'd rather pull one, if I'm being honest.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Me, both. It depends. It's weird for me because like I collect Miz mainly. If the Miz is my case hit was not very valuable. So
true.
But I get the same rush from both. Like one of my favorite cards I own is a Seth Rollins Prism Auto out of 25 that I pulled from a blaster. And I've tried to sell it like twice, but I marked it up like way above comps, and just because I knew I didn't want to let it go. But also like if you search for something for a long time, like when we went to that show and I found that Ms. Zebra at Dusty's table at
Oh
the
yeah,
show, like that was just like a full adrenaline send.
right.
So it's like years of searching for something and it just pops up in front of you. I'd
Yeah,
say more so like finding it in person or like someone posting it on like a Facebook group or whatever. Finding it on eBay is not as exciting. Like it is, but
yeah. I mean, I was pretty excited when I found that triple auto Tigers card
Yeah.
on eBay. I was like, oh, yeah. I got called Dave. I was like, Dave, you won't believe it. I would rather. I guess I'd rather pull it, but I do love the hunt.
mm-hmm.
I think the hunt is fun.
It is.
Playing the waiting game, waiting for it to pay off in the end, I think is fun. But I think pulling like a PC card is always a big rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look how excited I got for pulling that Fatu to 25 or to 50. And that's
Right.
just a tops now parallel. Like,
And honestly, when I say pull, like a part of that is because I'm new enough to the hobby where I don't yet have things that like I don't have grails yet.
yeah,
I'm more look through. I see things that I like when I find them, but I don't have like specific grails. I think if once I'm further along into it, I'll be more more apt for the hunt.
Yeah.
Also, this is really embarrassing. I can't believe I forgot, but his name is Pete.
Pete the Bison, everybody.
Pete.
hello, Pete.
Say hi to him in the comments. He's lonely. His dad forgot his name.
Can't believe I forgot your name, brother. I'm sorry. Too sweet me.
Since Pete made an appearance, can I do something real quick?
Absolutely, bro.
Dear gosh.
Let's go.
Check this out, fellas.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh.
I've been meaning to pick one of these up for forever.
Did you get one?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Very excited. It's done by Lawler. I saw one at one of the card shows we went to recently.
Brian had it in
it's from
in Jonesboro.
Okay, that's why I thought I saw it. Yeah, they're like when we had that. They did it when they had like that Legends night at
High Spots.
No, they had. I thought they did them when they had that Legends night, like the Hustle game or something.
Okay.
Back before the pandemic. But yeah, I thought it was super cool. Superstar, Lawler, Tommy Rich, Jimmy Hart. Like it's just.
What size is it? Like how big?
16 by 20.
Oh, nice.
It's gonna look great framed.
Yeah.
Got the Coliseum in the background. I don't know. I just thought it was super cool. So wanted to share that. That's enough. Okay. Back to our regular scheduled programming.
Next question came from Matt. He said, "Do you think we will ever see inserts for companies that others own, like a Ring of Honor insert in AEW or a AAA inserts in WWE?"
100% yes. The AEW ROH one. I do not see a company outside. I do not see WWE putting in a company, even if they own the company. I don't think I necessarily see WWE. Well, I mean, they did NXT UK stuff, so I assume they could do something. But I could definitely see ROH cards in an AEW product. That's something I can 100%.
For sure, I'd love to see that.
I think for me, it's almost like the AAA it's kind of hard to predict that one or make an opinion on it because we don't really know what they're.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're going to keep it as AAA. Like they might, but they honestly, it may just end up being like the Mexico NXT.
Right.
Yeah.
So the big thing with AAA is right now, I think AAA has 10 or 11 signed wrestlers. Everybody else is indie guys, Mexican freelancers, U.S. freelancers, and I don't see them being put on. So it depends on whether or not once AAA really gets off the ground as a WWE product, are they going to be actively signing up guys in Mexico? Which I believe, yes, they're absolutely going to be doing that. They're going to be signing up indie talent. They're going to be trying to poach from CMLL. So it's up in the air, whatever the future holds. But I could definitely see if they get AAA as a as a real unit. I could see them doing cards for them for sure.
That gets me to thinking. I don't know necessarily if it would be like logo design or like included logo of those companies, but maybe depending on licensing or whatever, putting that aside, if they did like, how do I put this? So WWE and TNA, what if they did like TriStar base designs for some of their wrestlers as an insert or something like that? Like, we don't know the licensing obviously or how that would play, but something
I
like
had
that I feel like would be sick.
I had thought about that with TNA if they would do some sort of joint cards,
Yeah.
some sort of, especially as we get. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing more like not not soon, but I'd say within the year, start seeing some like more main roster people show up in TNA. I still think at some point Randy Orton's showing up over there.
That would be
Um,
insane.
I know it's a pipe dream, but I smell it, man. I
You
think it's
know,
going to happen. I think he's going to show up and I think he's going to show up and save Joe Hendry. At
that'd
some
be
point, Joe
wild.
Hendry's going to be in peril, and someone's eating an RKO, and
I
that would look good on a card.
Now that you mention it, I want to see like a one-off, just AJ Styles return to TNA for one night.
It was apparently negotiated at one point and didn't end up happening.
Was that
Um,
pre like working
it was
agreement?
pre-working. It was like if you look at the timeline, it was right after TNA and AEW had kind of parted ways,
Hmm.
but like right before they really WWE really went in with them.
Man, yeah, that would be a night. That would
Yeah,
be phenomenal.
but I think it was post Mickey James showing up as the Knockouts champion, so
Yeah,
they were kind of working with them, but not in the current
yeah.
capacity.
Yeah.
Next one, another good one from Corey. You are now a professional wrestler. Like we were last week, but
Hmm.
this week we have to decide what our walkout song is, our entrance theme.
Oh, uh, yeah, I have had this in my head forever. It is the song "Karma" by Waka Flocka Flame. Google it
Love that.
Google it, and you're just gonna go, "That's the greatest walkout theme I've ever heard in my entire life." Like I'm not like a guy that like fights or anything, but if I had it, like if somebody was like, "You and I are going to fight," I would be like, "Excuse me, sir, I'm gonna walk over to the jukebox real quick. Hopefully, it's one of those digital ones. I'm gonna put in a little waka, and I'm gonna go, all right, time for me to get my ass kicked."
Nick, what about you?
I'm trying to think. I feel like I should have this answer because I grew up playing ball. I've always imagined what my walkout song would be.
I feel like as a wrestler, well, no, I guess it's the same.
You should come out to you singing "Sexy Boy"
Oh
from a couple
yeah.
episodes ago.
Okay, deal. That's fine.
Just acapella, Nick
Yeah,
singing "Sexy Boy."
acapella, sexy boy.
Uh, I've uh, I've always had two, and they're one of them. I feel like would be a good walkout song. Would be TNT.
Hell yeah.
I
TNT
feel like that gets
dynamite.
a good call and response from the crowd to get you
TNT.
over.
Yeah.
The other one I have, I feel like would actually be a terrible walkout song, but "Juicy" by Biggie Smalls. I just love that song,
Oh
and
yeah.
it would probably be terrible for a wrestler, but I'd consider it. If I ever turned heel, or
That reminds me, you just brought something up. Attention listening viewers, there's a piece of lost media that I've been trying to find for a good long while. There was an ECW commercial that used to play during Nitro on TVS. Or I'm sorry, TNT. And it was an ECW commercial, and it was set to AC/DC Shoot to Thrill. I have been looking for that video for a long time. If anybody knows where to find it, please, my @ is right there. If you could please shoot me a message on Twitter, let me know, because I've been looking for that video for a minute and I can't find it.
I'm gonna find it for you.
He pulls it up before the end of the video.
Dude, if he pulls it up, I mean, I've Googled it every which way. I cannot find it. I've Googled every like random ECW commercial. Can't find it.
I would, if you could pin me down an era.
I'm talking 97, 98.
All right. While Nick searches
I can't find it right now, but I might know how to find it.
This is a call to action, soldiers. All Wrestling Card Weekly soldiers activate.
You're giving me so many good clips for this week. I appreciate you.
Thank you for your service.
Next question came from Nate. He said, "This is for all of you. What is your favorite wrestling card and or most expensive wrestling card?" So I'll take that as in our collection or that we own.
That we own.
So first off, is your favorite wrestling card also your most expensive, or?
I have two favorite wrestling cards. I don't know the prices on them. One is my Nick Gage Maki Ito that Nick gave me for Christmas. The other, if you are just now tuning in, is this Coco Beware that was given to me approximately 20 minutes ago.
Let's go.
Yeah, these are my two favorite wrestling cards right now.
Love that.
My favorite might be that Scott Hall I just picked up.
Yeah,
I really, really like that. That, or I do love those Monty Gum, Terry Gordy, and PSA's cards.
Yeah,
those are fun. We will not show those on the podcast.
That is one of my favorites.
Yeah, and then like I don't have a lot of expensive cards, but like I don't know, it's probably like a Roxanne auto or something.
My most expensive is not my favorite, but it's like a close second. My most expensive is probably my Miz. It was the first year Immaculate. Help me out here. The numbers, is that what they were called?
Yeah.
With his WWE title, numbered out of 10.
Impeccable.
Yeah, that was it. Which I still need to find the Intercontinental Championship version of that. So another call to action if anyone can find one for me. And then, but I would say my favorite is probably my 2022 ringside Tiger PSA 10 of Miz.
That's pretty solid.
Love that one. If I had to choose a non-Miz card, I have no earthly idea.
That would never not make me smile.
No idea.
Probably that Punk you're gonna buy off of me.
God, I wish. I don't know, that Tyler Black I just got, that's gonna sit with me for a while.
Yeah.
So that's a good question. It makes me think. And I think that was everything this week. It was some good
questions.
Thought provoking.
Yeah.
So keep them coming.
Very
next
much
week
appreciate
as well.
it. If you've we're gonna post. We post a lot on Twitter. Definitely let us know you got any other questions. Leave a comment in the video. We take questions from there too. And we love talking to you guys.
And those of you on Twitter, also follow us on Instagram. We're trying to build that up now. We're getting there. You can catch some nice reels of Nick singing.
WC Weekly Pod. Can we move on to the Nick won the poll this week part of the show?
Yes, yes, we can. Oh, yeah, Jeff. Oh, it seems we have technical difficulties. Jeffrey has crashed out, as the kids say.
Oh, because
it was rigged.
The big 50% with 34 votes.
It took 2 months, and someone has unseated Jeffrey.
Yes.
All it told me is that some people, I'm not going to name any names, but some people don't know ball. because that Triple H My Time theme is goated. And you guys need to learn.
The second you
art.
said it, I was like, "Oh shit, he's dethroned." It's like nobody's.
I knew it.
I lost the best announcers with Bobby the Brain. This shit's been rigged for you since the start.
You went niche with Dave Brown, though,
Dave
who
Brown
we
is
love.
A legend.
He is, but we're from Memphis, so we know him. But everyone else is not going to know Memphis weather legend and Memphis wrestling legend Dave Brown.
I guarantee you, I guarantee you more than 10 of our listeners know Dave Brown.
Well, I guarantee it. We're from Memphis, and at least 10 of our listeners are from Memphis.
Oh, fucking shit.
Shit. There's 3 of them right here on the screen.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But it's all right. It's all right. The streak is over, but...
Crush, I win. I will not pander. I will stick to my guns. I am a true champion, a fighting champion.
Nick finished the story.
I'm going to come poke you in the ribs. Calm down.
Oh, God, that was, yeah. You just pinned me. Like finger fucking dude my ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cattle prod me. Cattle prod me, brother.
Scott Stall.
Man, you guys are...
I just said Scott Stall. Man, I hate myself.
Anyways.
Speaking of Stall, my favorite WCW moment ever is when Funk gets kicked in that horse stall.
That is one of the... And he no-sells it.
The shit out of it.
So good.
I can't imagine getting kicked in the arm by a horse and just being like, "Oh, fuck you, horse."
I don't think about that match enough. I don't rewatch that match enough.
Phenomenal.
It's been like a year since I've watched that match.
This is what our show comes to when there's no news. Tops, please help us.
Tops.
For the love of God, Tops, give us something.
The only news we have is that I don't even think there were any new redemption ship this week.
At this point, I don't even care if it's a scandal. Just get something out there.
Yeah. Although I was thinking about something. So, since Tops is making such a big deal out of, this is game used, match used, so on and so forth. And they finally just admitting that their other shit is just fake and doesn't have any value.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can we finally write off relics that don't say match used as just as detractors to a card and not additions? I think having a T-shirt that somebody wore for 2 seconds is a detractor to a nice looking card. I don't really care that they wore it for 2 seconds.
Depends on who.
Or we could go to Panini, where, in my opinion, how do I say this? We're not big enough to get in trouble.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's just say this: they had a Scott Hall laundry tag with a 2023 copyright date.
Right.
I'll let you all draw your own conclusions onto where those patches come from.
No, that's all you
can
say?
Google when Scott Hall died.
Yeah, Google when Scott Hall died.
You ranted about this like 2 weeks ago on the pod. You're safe.
Yeah. Okay.
We didn't get canceled yet.
I mean, is that Tops finally saying like, hey, like all of our other shit is bunk, but this stuff is going to be real? Because that's how I take it.
Yeah.
Bunk is a loaded word. Because, like, yeah, if they wear it for 2 minutes, if it's something like the Scott Hall thing, fuck you. Like, that sucks. I think that is a load of horse apples. I don't like it.
I mean, they cover their asses with the this is not from any specific blah 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 blah. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that I don't understand why those cards carry a premium. Who are the idiots?
I feel like they don't.
Who are the idiots buying? Some of those dual and triple logos and laundry tags go for good money.
Yeah.
Who are these idiots? Who are these idiots buying these cards with these T-shirts that just came off the shelves that they cut up?
Well, that's what I was saying.
That's Joe Hendry bad.
I think if it, it depends on who the person is, because if they wore it, like, say it's a shirt they wore for 2 seconds and took off, some people, not me, could make the argument like, okay, that was on a legend. That was on somebody that I really, really like. That was on somebody that I'm some sort of horrible freak kind of fan about. Then you could kind of make a little bit of the justification. But if it's like you just want this because
It
I
has a
think
logo because it has a logo patch on it, and that's it. I mean,
right.
those might as well be manufactured relics.
Yeah, it's silly. Yeah.
Now I will say for some of the obviously with them not being like match worn gear or anything, especially in immaculate and flawless, some of the designs that were on the shirt that are put into it, if you view it from it's part of the design of the card, it makes it sick.
Yeah, but to me, that just feels more like a custom card than anything,
But
like an actual release.
Because I guess I'm not too big into like mem cards, anyways. Some game use stuff is cool, but I mean, it's like, okay, this is a game use jersey or whatever. It's like, it's still like in the card. Like at that point, I'd rather have the full game use jersey.
Yeah,
or
absolutely. And
something like that.
I don't hate game use stuff that's game used.
I don't either, but I don't like seek it out anyways. So I guess I kind of like.
But it has to actually be game used.
Yeah, like the MLB patches with the authentication stickers on them. Those are dope. Yeah, those are cool. Those are cool as hell. But I mean, I just right below, tell us why you like relic cards that do not have things that were actually worn by the people, because I'm curious to pick your brain.
Yeah.
And how you feel about matte relic cards, because that I feel like that's an interesting.
I think those are actually kind of dope.
I like matte relic cards.
I like them.
I think it'd be a lot cooler now that there's logos.
If I pull a card that has a Prime logo on a matte, I'm gonna. I'll never open cards again. I like the idea of the matte relic, but I don't like the giant square of gray. Like it just doesn't really pop, Yeah. And then I also don't like when there's an autograph on the matte on the card.
Like, they could do matte relic silhouettes like at a Crown Royal.
Yeah.
Those would look really cool.
That would be cool.
That'd be a good way to use up some mats.
Yeah, I think with matte relics, for me personally, like it depends on what you're, because okay, we know I'm the AEW guy of the show. I've never missed a Dynamite. I've missed a couple of collisions. I've never missed a pay-per-view. And for that reason, we were in Jonesboro and Nick picked up the Chuck Taylor matte relic, which is from a December 8th, 2021 Dynamite. Him and Rocky Romero versus the Young Bucks. I remember that match. That was an awesome match, and I was like, "Oh shit, that nice!" Because I think it's cool if you remember the match fondly. Yeah. If you're just doing matte relics just because they're matte relics, I don't really get that.
Yeah.
But if you like the match, or if you remember the match, that's a cool thing to have.
Yeah.
Brennan, you got a little blind draft for us?
Oh yeah, no, we I'm sorry, I forgot we got off on a tangent, and we had to discuss.
This is what happens when the Pander Champ doesn't win.
Our new champion. So this week we were having earlier before we started recording, we were having a conversation about a few different things, and it made me want to ask: blind draft, top 3 favorite wrestlers on the mic. Who is your favorite as far as mic work goes? And
Nick, you
for the first time it's going down in history, baby. New 3-6 Mafia. Nick will be picking first. If you pick mine,
all right. I have a question. Are we going with our favorites, or are we going with the very best?
Favorites.
Oh. Now. Oh, you didn't know? Road Dogg, all the way. I love that
yeah.
shit so much. I listened to that song and that intro so many times as a kid.
Yo ass better call somebody.
Absolutely. I loved that man on the mic. That was so fun. That is my A1 with a bullet right there.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to go. I'm going to go rock. Not current rock, but that goes on rambling tangents about who knows what. But like late 90s, early 2000s rock, just that man would say the most off the wall shit. He held the crowd in the palm of his hands at all times, and no one could touch him.
Very good. Very good.
Very good.
Brennan?
Me, number one with an MF and bullet.
Phil?
He's a
And he
genetic
froze.
freak, and he is not normal. Scott Steiner.
You are just.
Oh, did I forget?
You froze.
You're back. We heard the answer.
Sorry.
Scott Steiner?
Yeah, Scott Steiner. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Scott Steiner. And not just like from Steiner math to shooting on Ric Flair on Nitro to just yelling he's fat. The man is one of my favorite promos of all time. It's
For sure.
It's hard to imagine picking two more when I think about how much I love Scott Steiner on a promo.
Well, you got one more pick right now.
Number two, MJF.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Generational talent. He didn't have to tell me. I already knew. But he reminds me regularly that he is generational talent. That guy on the mic is fucking bananas. It doesn't make sense. He's so good. And him now, I mean, he's officially joined the Hurt Syndicate. He's got a contract signing on Wednesday, which is I pray that he really joins the Hurt Syndicate. I don't know that that's actually going to happen.
I don't think he is.
I don't think it is, but I want him to be Owen Hart in the Nation of Domination. I'm so excited. I need this, Tony. I need this, Tony. Please, for the love of God, let this happen.
I think it could get pretty interesting if he does. I think it'd be a good.
I'm really excited. We hurt people. Yeah, who's next?
I'm back. After rock, I'm gonna go. It's another where not current, but in the past, Cena, like Doctor of Thugonomics Cena, that was the most entertaining stuff you could watch.
Yeah,
he's still good on the mic, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just not liking his heel turn as much as I thought I would.
It's really not gone as well as.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's bad, but you can just
bad,
tell it's like forced in a way. But over the course of his career, Cena on the mic has been damn good.
Oh yeah.
Styling, profiling, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun. Woo!
Woo! It's amazing that it took that long.
Oh god, that hurt when I did that. Woo! Ow!
You deserve it.
Oh, poor baby. I'm sorry, brother.
Can't handle being the champ.
Flair for sure. I can carry this company on my back, Jeffrey. Just watch.
Yeah, if we climb on for you and you're sitting in a chair.
Yeah, that may be true. That may be a wheelchair, but
shouts out to Darby Allin.
Ric Flair for sure. And then third is I mean, I can't pass up Punk.
You snipe me.
Yeah, me too.
Your arms are just too short to box with God.
Yeah.
That's the hardest promo line I've ever heard.
Yeah, no, I mean if this was going for like if it wasn't our favorites, if this was who we thought was the best, I mean, we'd have all been fighting for Punk first and foremost.
I thought he would slip to me. That's why I did it. I thought
if I had to, I'll leave Punk off because he's not my favorite. If I had to pick a third, I love good manager promos. So James E. Cornette,
Oh,
I
that's a
think.
good one.
Ooh, or the brain.
This man's just
I
going to take
picked
everybody. He
Damn.
doesn't even know how to pick.
I picked brain the other week. Jim Cornette.
Jim Cornette.
Jim
Yeah.
Cornette. Now I feel like
I'm down
taking
with
Punk
that.
would just be cheap, and I can't do it.
You're the pander champ for the
Yeah,
Punk.
that's what you
God,
do.
take Punk.
You're
Take
right.
him.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Ah,
Phil
there he
Brooks,
is.
CM
There's the
Punk,
man.
It's this
best in the world, baby.
This bitch.
Shouldn't have passed him up. That's on you.
Hey,
It's okay. The people will see that I
I'm
went
not here to
true.
make friends. I'm here to make money.
To quote, to paraphrase Matt Cardona, this isn't the wrestling card friendship; it's the wrestling card business.
this isn't the Wrestling Card Weekly. Me third. I'm going Heyman.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I thought that's where Nick was going.
yeah. No, I. What can I mean from start to finish? The man. It's been. Oh God, we're getting old. It's been like 40 years of Paul Heyman promos,
Yeah,
and
we are all this shit.
he's never missed a beat. I mean,
Yeah,
Very good.
yeah.
he's unbelievable. He's one of the only people who's ever made the Hall of Fame induction ceremony must see.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Nick's other Nick's choice. Jim
Well, yeah,
Cornette, that was
Road Dogg too, actually.
Road Dogg too. But when Jim Cornette inducted the Rock and Roll Express, that was that was the that was the last time I've watched a Hall of Fame induction because I was like, Lord God, they're giving Jim Cornette a mic. Let's see what happens. That was
mighty brave.
That was pre getting fired from NWA. So
Yeah.
people were still giving him a live mic.
Any honorable mentions? I definitely have a few that I don't want to.
Can I pick one that's so bad that I love him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sid.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I can't walk away from here without throwing out the Miz,
Yeah, I was
the
gonna say,
most
where's the
must
Miz?
see.
Yeah.
And then Enzo and Cass.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's good.
Man, I think I quote their line when they were feuding with the Dudley Boys at least once a week to my child. I tell him to fall back like his hairline. He doesn't know what I'm saying. Ask me for a cookie, but I keep doing it. Call him soft. So
I called
Enzo and
my
Cass.
I called my wife a bona fide stud when she mowed the yard the other day.
Did she hit you?
No, she was like, "Yeah, I am a stud. This yard looks great." I was like, "Hell yeah, baby! Love it. Certified G, bona fide stud."
Can't teach that.
My honorable mentions would probably be Jericho.
Yeah,
Sure.
I thought about him. I really did.
I would say just for one of my favorite series of promos is X Pac when he was tagging with Kane.
Oh yeah.
Man, X Pac was on fucking fire working with Kane. And Kane had the voice box, and one of my favorite moments. I watch it probably every 2 or 3 months. It just pops in my head, and I Google it. When X Pac rips the voice box from Kane, he's like, "No, you say it," and he hands him the mic. He's like, "Suck it." That's one of my favorite moments in all of wrestling. Suck it. That guy's fucking mayor in Knox County now. That's hilarious to me. Let's fucking go.
All right, boys. Did y'all learn anything interesting this week?
I learned that man, I learned that you can just sometimes a card can just light your life up. Just make everything all right. Not that I was
Coco beware.
Not that I was having a bad day. I was having a pretty good day actually, and man, I didn't think it gets much better, and here we are. What about you, fellas?
I learned I want to look more into grading wrestling cards, seeing the sales on those tins. Not necessarily look into it for myself for grading purposes. I don't know, but just how it how the market works with grading for wrestling, because I think eventually it will catch on pretty well.
I think so too.
I just think, like I said, with wrestling really getting a late start, modern era wise on grading and being behind the curve using so much CGC and like
Yeah.
third, fourth, fifth party grading services, besides PSA, and I think it'd be interesting to kind of see how those go, if there's been like good crossovers between those, and just kind of dive into that, adding it to my list of things to dive into that started with the vintage. I still need to
Yeah.
get into.
Hell
So
Too much to do, too little time.
yeah, I find something new every week.
All the time.
What about you, Nick?
Don't cough so hard you dislocate a rib.
That's a good lesson.
That is. I hope people take that seriously.
Because to be fair, I don't know if it's a dislocated rib or a nerve thing or whatever, but just, watch your coughs.
Yeah, he couldn't handle the pressure of being
Take
the
it
champ.
easy.
I'll take it back.
Yeah, I'm like, it's like when Balor got hurt right after, like when he won it, right? Like,
oh
he's
God,
just-
first ever Universal Champion Balor.
and then
God, I
take it back the
wiped
next
that from
night.
my memory.
Yeah.
So we start next episode with you relinquishing your title, right? Just a solemn.
Nick
Brennan
alone
doesn't
in the
even do an
ring.
intro. It's just you.
Brendan's gonna shoot a promo of us of me handing the belt over to you.
Oh man. Well, now I know what we're doing this week.
Well, gentlemen, hopefully next week we will have some more news.
Yeah,
I'm really hoping this is a newsy week.
Yeah. We're inching closer.
Yeah.
I mean, we're only 30 days half September, or like 12 days from June.
Yep.
13 days from June. I mean, there's got to be something sometime.
Yeah.
We've seen the cards. We know what it's going to be called.
I still think we get Universe sometime in June.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking too.
But we gotta wait for the official call from Top. So we'll get there.
Hell yeah.
Topps Universe. They have a page,
I did. Oh yeah, I did see that.
It's just blank
on the Topps website.
It was available soon. I think there's one for Finest too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
well, shit, boys. It was an absolute blast. Thank you guys so much for watching. We can't tell you how much we appreciate you. If you could give the video a like, leave us a comment if you want, subscribe. We really appreciate it. Tell your friends. This is so much fun to do every week, and we're glad to be with you. And we hope you have a great week, and we'll see you again next Wednesday.
Peace.